Hello my beautiful friends, it's Amanda here and I don't even have words for how excited I am about this video. I usually upload videos on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but I'm actually going to upload this video either tonight, which is Saturday, or tomorrow morning, which is Sunday, because I'm going to be swatching and telling you all about the I Want Kandee collection, which is the Kandee Johnson collaboration with Too Faced. Kandee has mentioned several times on YouTube and on her Instagram that this collection will be extremely limited and she does not think that they're going to restock it once it sells out. So it's really important to me to share all of the information with you ahead of time. You really want to try to order these as quickly as possible if there's something that you're interested in, because I do think this stuff is going to sell out really quickly. They did do a small pre-release on Ulta's website and a lot of the things sold out really quickly then. This collection will be available online on Too Faced and Ulta.com and also in Ulta stores. It will be available September 3rd and I think it's supposed to launch online at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you've watched any of my other videos, or especially if you follow me on Instagram, you know I am a huge Too Faced fan. I absolutely love Too Faced. I love their packaging, I love their concept, I love how girly and fun everything they make is. And what you probably don't know is that I am a huge Kandee Johnson fan. I've been subscribed to her for years and years, and at the risk of sounding corny, she's really helped me through a lot of hard times. I'm not going to get into it. I already cried once while filming this, which you will see later in the bloopers. Basically, my point is this is a dream collection for me. I absolutely love that they're working together. I think that her style fits so well with Too Faced, and I do think that this collection perfectly reflects both Kandee and Too Faced. I do want to mention that I received this entire collection as PR from Too Faced, and come on now. Is this not the cutest freaking PR package you've ever seen? It's like a giant lollipop. Really? How are you so cute? Why? That's adorable, right? I love this. There are 8 pieces in this collection. There's 4 of the melted matte liquid lipsticks. There's 1 highlighter, 1 eyeliner, 1 banana setting powder, and 1 eyeshadow palette. First, let's talk about the liquid lipsticks. The Too Faced Melted Mattes are my all-time favorite liquid lipstick formula, so of course I am so happy to have 4 new shades. I think these are some of the most comfortable, long-wearing, and pigmented liquid lipsticks that I've ever tried. And I love that these have like a little special packaging. So you can tell here the lids just have a little pretty gold design on them. I'm gonna go ahead and show you hand swatches and lip swatches of all 4 shades, and the shade Freshly Baked is the one that I'm wearing throughout this video. I love the shades that Kandee chose. I think they really represent her and her aesthetic. I think it's great that there are 2 more nude shades and then 2 really bright shades. This shade selection is going to suit not only a variety of skin tones, but it's also going to suit a variety of tastes. Bonus, these smell like cake batter, and I'm not saying you should eat your lipstick, but I did kind of get a little taste of these when I was swatching them, and they taste like vanilla too. Please don't eat your lipstick, but if you do, this one tastes good. The shade that I'm wearing, called Freshly Baked, is my favorite of the four. I also appreciate the brighter shades. I just tend to gravitate more towards kind of medium nudes. I was also really surprised by how much I liked the brighter shades on me. They're just not going to be my day-to-day kind of shades, but the really bright kind of orangey red called Sweet and Sour, I actually really loved that, and I do not really like orange lips on me, so when I find an orange that I really like, it's kind of surprising, but I like that one. My least favorite shade is this one. It's called Melted Ice Cream. However, in Kandee's video, she talked about how she uses this to mix with other lip colors and also to create like an ombre lip look. I have not tried that yet. I've just tried this on its own, and I do not like the way this looks on me by itself, but I do need to try the ombre lip. I'm definitely gonna give it a shot, but so far, this one's my least favorite. I wanted to do some quick comparisons with existing melted matte shades so that you can see the difference between the Kandee shades and the existing line. So I'm just gonna go through that really quickly. I just want you to have that information before you decide what you're gonna buy. So I'm gonna show you a couple of quick hand swatches, and then we'll talk about the other products. This is Holy Chic. This is Melted Ice Cream, and this is MISO Pretty. As you can see, MISO Pretty is a lot lighter and a lot pinkier, and Holy Chic is quite a bit deeper and a little bit more mauve toned. This is Sellout. This is Freshly Baked, and this is Cool Girl, and this one you can see it's still drying. This will be even deeper once it dries down, but Freshly Baked is much pinker than either one of these. A lot of people ask me about this comparison on Instagram, particularly these two, and you can tell Sellout's just much more of a warm nude. Freshly Baked is more of a medium pink. This is 1998. This is Tropical Punch, and this is It's Happening. This is Mrs. Roper, and this is Sweet and Sour. Mrs. Roper is way more orange. Sweet and Sour is more of a reddish orange. Next, I want to talk about this banana pudding powder. I was very, very skeptical of this because, as you can see, it is very yellow. I mean, obviously it's a banana powder, and those typically do not work well for me. I'm pretty fair and I'm pretty neutral undertone, so banana powders typically just make me look kind of sallow. A lot of the time they look too dark on my under eye, and I was pleasantly surprised by this one. I'll show you a little like demo clip of me using it today. I did not think this was too dark. I didn't think it was too yellow. I was really going into it thinking this was gonna be the one product that just didn't really work for me or didn't grab my interest. And honestly, I was pretty pleased with it as a setting powder. I would probably continue to use this in the future as more of an all-over face powder because I do think this is going to be more brightening for people with medium tan skin tones. I don't think my under eye looks bad. I don't think it looks yellow or too dark. I just prefer something a little bit brighter for my under eye area in particular, but I think the texture of this powder is great. I do think that it has some really nice light reflecting properties. So overall, I was very happy with this. I will continue to use it. I think this compact's really cute, and it does have a nice size mirror inside as well. This does not come with a brush, a puff, a sponge, or any kind of applicator. Next, let's talk about the highlighter. This is a stick form highlighter, and it is in a cream formula. It only comes in one shade. It's called Candy Glow. It is a very bright, icy pink, and it does have a bit of a shimmery, kind of glittery texture to it. I will show you a demo of me using it on my face, and I do also use it in my eye look. You'll see that later. I use it as a cream base for the sparkly shade on the inner part of my lid, so you'll see that in the tutorial. I think this is nice because it's buildable. I'm wearing it right now and I don't think it's super blinding metallic looking, but if you build it up, you can definitely achieve that look. So I do like this for that reason. The only thing I'll say is this is probably gonna work better for fair, light, and maybe medium skin tones. Unfortunately, this probably won't be the best highlighter in the world if you have a deeper skin tone. If you have medium to deep skin, you may want to shop for this in store if possible and go and try before you buy. Ulta does have a great return policy, so if you're not sure, definitely snap it up when it launches because they aren't going to be restocking these. But I do think this is more suited towards fair and light skin tones. I'm going to talk just a little bit about this eyeliner. I'm not a huge eyeliner person. I really don't wear it a lot. I'm not great at applying it, as you can tell. This is the Kandee liner in the shade Black Licorice. It does have a little something in there that helps the product to stay mixed up. It is a liquidy texture. The applicator is quite unique. It's almost like a little chisel shape, and it is a very stiff felt tip feeling type of applicator. It's not a brush, it's not flexible. The eyeliner itself is quite liquidy, and in my experience, it did not dry down to be very matte. I did just set my liner with some of the black eyeshadow from the palette to make it appear more matte. As somebody who's not really great with eyeliner, not really well versed in eyeliner, I did think that the applicator made it really easy to apply. However, because the product is so liquidy, I did find that it was a little bit runny. It was easier for me to really wipe off a lot of the excess and just go a little bit at a time. But like I said, in no way am I an eyeliner prodigy, so if you're really comfortable with eyeliner, you may find it a lot easier to work with. The cool thing about the way that this little chisel shape is, you can make a really thin line and you can make a really thick line really easily. I'm just gonna try to show you here so that you can see it in action. You can make like a little tiny line like this. You can make a really wide line. See, it's just one little swipe, but you can tell it's a little bit shiny, and with a little thin line, like, it's quite liquidy, so you have to really be careful with it. Lastly, this is the thing I was probably the most excited about, besides the melted mattes, which I love that formula, but I love eyeshadow palettes. Too Faced eyeshadow palettes are just all around my favorite. That's what started my love of makeup, was a Too Faced palette, and I have been hooked since day one. So every time they come out with a new palette, I'm thrilled. This is the I Want Candy palette. The packaging is tin, as you can tell. The lid does have a little bit of a magnetic closure, but it mostly just kind of fits inside of itself. But there is a little magnet in here to help it stay closed. The tin looks like a little candy box. On the back, it has this guide to the eyeshadow shades, and they look like little candies. You know when you get a candy sampler, how they have a little card like this that tells you what each candy is? I just think that's so stinking adorable. Overall, I really like this packaging. I do have two complaints with it though. First of all, I don't know if you can tell, but this lid is not flat. It has like a little hump here. So while I think aesthetically it's very cute and it kind of lends to the whole feeling of the packaging, I don't think it's very practical for traveling and for storage. So while it is cute, I do wish that it was just flat and then maybe had like raised letters. I guess that's not that big of a deal. My other complaint is that there's no mirror. I don't know if that's due to the shape of the lid or for some other reason, but I do wish there was a mirror in here. I would like this to be a travel friendly palette because I think that the shades inside really lend to being a great travel friendly palette, but the shape of the lid and the fact that there's no mirror are really my only complaints about this. There are 15 eyeshadow shades in here. There are 9 mattes and 6 shimmers. As usual with my palette reviews, I will be doing both a finger and a brush swatch of each shade. When I do my brush swatches, I'll just use this little flat eyeshadow brush from e.l.f. and I'll clean off in between each shade using my Vera Mona color switch. I'll be swatching all the shades on the back of my hand with no primer, and I'll do the finger swatches on top and the brush swatches below. Here are the first 5 swatches from the palette. On top are the finger swatches and below are the brush swatches. As you can see, the brush swatches look pretty darn fabulous. This first shade is called Sparkling Cider. This one is Pastry. Next we have Butterscotched. This amazing shade is called Sweet Toffee. And lastly, this skin tone kind of matte that's hard to see is called Banana Cream Pie. This one is just really close to my natural skin tone. Next up we have Sugared Strawberry. This one's called Cream Puff, Frosted Pink, Hot Chocolate, and Ice Cream, which again is just hard to see on my skin tone. The finger swatch shows up a little bit better. Okay, here's the last round of swatches. This shade is called Sugar Plum. This is Raspberry Cocoa. This warm gray is called Taupe Berry. There's a matte black. This one's called Licorice Rope. And lastly, a super shimmery white called Whipped Cream. Overall, I'm really pleased with the quality of all the shadows in the palette. I did have a little bit of trouble blending the shade Hot Chocolate, which is that really dark warm brown, when I used it in my eye look today. It was just not as easy to work with as the other mattes that I used. However, overall, I thought these shades were super easy to work with. I did not experience a lot of powdery kick up or fallout when I was using the shadows. I also like how this is set up in the pan. I think it's very user-friendly because there are these little like mini palettes within a palette. Each group of the smaller shades is like a quad, and then there's a coordinating like large pan beneath. You don't have to use them that way. I do think this makes it really user-friendly, especially if you're a beginner and a larger palette like this might intimidate you. When I used the palette for my eye look today, I really tried to do something out of my comfort zone, so I went for something a little bit smokier, a little bit more cool toned, because those warm shades are calling my name, but I was really trying to kind of stretch myself. So if you want to see how I got this eye look, I'm going to jump into the tutorial now, and then I'll wrap everything up at the end. I primed my eyes with my MAC Painterly paint pot, and then I used the shade Ice Cream just to set that eye base and give a nice smooth surface to work on. For my transition shade, I used Cream Puff on a fluffy brush, and I worked that all into my crease and along the outer part of my lid as well. I'm going to be building a lot of color, so I wasn't worried about being too precise. Next, I used the shade Raspberry Cocoa, and I packed that all along the outer half of my lid and just a little bit into my crease as well. I really took my time layering this shade and building up that mauve tone. Next, I used the Kandee Glow highlighter, and I just used a little bit of that on my ring finger and tapped it onto the inner half of my eyelid. Then I used Frosted Pink again on my ring finger, and I pressed that into the Kandee Glow highlighter. It just gives such a beautiful metallic sheen when you layer these two. Then I took Hot Chocolate, and I really started to add some depth to the outer part of the eye and start to make this look a little bit smokier and a little bit deeper. This shade did require a little bit of help blending, so I took some Raspberry Cocoa and I just used that to help blend out the edges of that Hot Chocolate shade and sort of move that color up into the crease as well. Then to make this look really seamless, I took Sugar Plum again just on my finger, and I patted that along the edges where Frosted Pink and Hot Chocolate meet, and look how metallic and gorgeous that is. Now I'm using Cream Puff, and I'm adding that all along my lower lash line, and then I'm going to go back on the outer half of my lash line with the shade Raspberry Cocoa, and I'm really going to blend that in and sort of add some smokiness along the lower lash line to match the upper lid. Of course, we need a bright inner corner highlight, so I just used a little detail brush and applied the shade Whipped Cream to the inner corner of my eyes. I didn't film me finishing my eye makeup because I don't wear a lot of eyeliner, and I'm really not good at doing winged eyeliner. I know I could just get kicked off of YouTube for saying that, but I just wanted to use everything from the collection so that I could really show you what everything looks like. So I did apply some of the eyeliner off camera as well as some of my Better Than Sex mascara, and this is the finished look. It probably comes as no surprise to you at this point. I am in love with this collection. I think everything from the packaging to the shade range to the formulas is definitely on point. It definitely represents Kandee, and it fits so well into the Too Faced line. My top picks from the collection are the eyeshadow palette, the Kandee Glow highlighter, and the Melted Matte in the shade Freshly Baked. I really do think there's something for everyone to love in this collection, and overall I really liked everything. Those were just my favorites. I am so happy for Kandee. If you haven't watched her videos, I'll link her channel below. She is such a wonderful, positive, just a ray of light in a beauty community that can sometimes be very ugly. So especially if you're having a rough time, go and watch some of her videos. She always just makes me feel very uplifted, and I hope that she can do the same for you. As always, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this collection, so let me know if you plan on trying to order anything. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Just really don't like this one on me. Girl, that's a bright lip color. Oh my god. Kandee Johnson just reposted me while I'm filming this. What the heck? I was just filming some lip swatches, and a couple days ago when I received all this stuff, this PR package, I really wanted to make a swatch of the lip colors. So I made this swatch picture. I'll put it up right here on my Instagram, and this is I feel like such a nerd. So Kandee Johnson just shared my picture, and she said the absolute nicest things to me, and I'm sorry, I'm so emotional. So one day I have eyeliner on, and I just look up to her so much, and I can't believe that she's like seeing something that I created and saying that it's good. I've already fixed my eyeliner like 10 times. Can I get it together? My eyes are gonna be so red in the video now. Okay, try to keep it together. I know that that seems like not a big deal or really superficial, or maybe it doesn't seem that awesome to you guys, but it's a really big deal to me. And in this video, gosh, I'm the worst. I'm gonna look so awful in the rest of my video. Well, my eyeliner already looked bad, so at least I already had that covered. Now I have an excuse. When I say in this video that I really like her, she's a huge inspiration to me, and I watched her for years before I ever started a channel, and I always thought that I wanted to be like her, not like the way she does her makeup or anything like that. I just wanted to be like her in the way that she's really positive. She's always trying to uplift people. I'm really excited, and now you know why I look like I was crying throughout this video, because she is just such an inspiration to me, not just as a YouTuber, but just as an example of a person, a human being who's kind to other people. Hopefully there'll be more funny bloopers that come after this, because this is really pathetic. Now I'm gonna go fix my eyeliner for the 8th millionth time. Can you really like dry your eyes out like this? I don't think you can, but it just feels like you're doing something to not cry. I'm gonna pull it together now, I promise. Half of you are probably like, unsubscribe. This emotional wreck. Well, it's real life. I always feel so nerdy when I film this. And all the time. Just let me burp, like that'll be cute. This video is gonna be 10 million years long. Let's just get that out of the way right now. I know that's not relevant to this video, but girl, I need some more wipes. This is gonna be a multi-wipe kind of day, if you know what I'm saying. And if you guys want to know, I'm gonna tell you. Don't do that. Every time I try to film, my dog has to be so loud. I already said that. You already said that. You already said that. Okay.